Welcome to the start of your weekend. My name is Joyce Chicks.
I'm Juliet Onovai.
And of course, Naki Moya.
This is the Weekend Rundown. Yes, and welcome to the Weekend Rundown. This is a show where we give you some of the craziest stories that went down in the past week, and of course some view updates. So our very first update is our bonus story. We've been telling you about A$AP Rocky for the past 2 weeks. Now the very first week we told you that he was arrested in Sweden. The second week Kim Kardashian was looking into the issue by visiting Donald Trump, and finally he has been charged with assault. And if he is convicted, he is going to face 2 years in Swedish prison. Now, this is where it gets tricky, Nikki. Now, the person that he had the altercation with, they are not charging the man at all. They're saying they're giving it a self-defense. He claims that he only hit his bodyguard when the bodyguard grabbed him by the neck.
Wow.
So it is self-defense. And then the bodyguard is not getting charged either. Only Uncle A$AP is going to prison.
Wow.
Look at God.
Oh, God.
She says, look at God.
And we're hoping that, you know, he fights through this, is successful, and if he does go to jail, that, you know, he will have the strength to withstand this. I've seen the prison, they're really, really nice, he'll survive. Moving into our number 10 story for the week. Now, how would you feel if you go to a boutique to buy something as a plus size woman, and then when they're sending things like skipping rope, protein shake for
that shade is loud. That's a loud shade. That's a loud shade.
I need to say this. Now, this week, Forever 21 was under fire because when their plus size customers ordered outfits from them, they sent a bar for people that are dieting.
Atkins bar.
Like, don't you understand what they're saying? So that the fat people will start losing weight.
And
they
claim that it's not like they're being shady or something, that sometimes they partner with some brands to advertise products, so they were advertising that bar and they're sorry.
Now I feel like that's kind of ridiculous because plus-sized people don't feel really attacked by that.
They were attacked. That is the reason why we know. They spoke on.
It's a brutal one.
It's insulting, to say the least.
Like I ordered a shirt and they give me skipping rope alongside that.
They'll give you gym gear. So big thanks to the people that spoke. Apparently only one lady spoke out on Twitter that she got it into her package, and then several other plus size men were like, it happened to us too. They also sent it to us, and then they are apologizing that they were sorry.
That's a very huge one on Forever 21. Those are the brands that they are.
It's not their first time.
They are doing this.
It's not their first time. The last time they were attacked, they used a white person to advertise a Black Panther sweatshirt. A white person. Black Panther.
We forgive you, but you're not forgiving.
Your brand person is not bright. Come to TSL Nigeria. Moving into our number 9 story, somebody told us to ban foreign content, and Neki is telling us who that person is.
Okay, why? The person is actually currently is representing Surulere in the federal constituency. That's person of Desmond Elliott, saying to Hit TV on Sunday that he feels that Hollywood movies should be banned in Nigeria so that we could focus more on our homemade movies. Now, is that feasible? Hell no.
I'm just like, make it make sense. One guy on Twitter was like, if they banned foreign content and foreign movies when Desmond Elliott was growing up, where would he have learned his accent? But jokes aside, it makes absolutely no sense. I mean, you don't improve your local market just by banning everything. We like to ban things in Nigeria.
It was trying to liken the situation to the banning of rice.
He said the government should do with it how they did with rice and ban it.
No, the issue of rice is that the rice owners is still creating a lot of health problems. Especially, I think I've explained it how they can tend to replicate rice with palm oil, swelling, and all of that. But the film thing, first things first, every film has its target audience. You can't appeal to everybody.
I mean, the questions that you should ask. Did they ban foreign movies in India to make Bollywood strong?
Nope.
Bollywood is still a segment everywhere. Everybody's watching Z World, because not everybody. I am not watching Z World, but they did have to ban foreign content in India to make Bollywood the household name that it is. So,
For me personally, I felt like I didn't believe the statement until I actually saw.
Until you saw it, yeah.
Because you don't believe, like, can he say
something?
But he can.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move into our next story. Now, when we were in school, when we were growing up, even when you go to some special occasions, you hear the national anthem. It's common. Even as a Nigerian that grew up on cable TV, I remember watching this show, Jerry Springer show, and if anybody mentioned the United States, they would have to stop the show and sing the national anthem. You know, it was really, really beautiful. And even in Nigeria, we love our national anthem. We sing it a lot.
All the time.
Now, what would you do if your president said you can no longer sing the national anthem? It's happening in Sudan right now. Now, according to the Minister stop laughing. Now, Minister, I believe the Minister for Information has said that the President has decided that there is no need to sing the national anthem if he is not there. He said that the national anthem is for the President, and if the President is not present, then, excuse me, stop laughing. If the President is not present, then there is no reason to sing it. He said you can only sing it in his absence at schools or at the National Assembly, no, National Embassy. No other place do you have the right to sing the national anthem if the president is not present. Don't waste it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, I mean, the man, he has some solid points.
Who did we offend?
The president is the owner of the national anthem. He is the nation.
Who is the state? Who is Sudan offend?
Who did Africa offend?
Let's beg.
And where can we apologize?
Let's beg. It's not our fault.
I can't wait for something like that to be instituted over here.
In Nigeria.
You can't sing it if Boo Boo is not there.
In Nigeria, we would not care. I don't think we would care if, because we tell us that what an average Nigerian will say, now our problem, is it my problem? Is it national anthem and what?
But isn't there so much happening in the world and in African countries for them to focus something as weak as singing the national anthem? Anyways, let's come back. Let's come back home to Nigeria. Something really, really sad happened, and I think that's our number 7 story. And we just had to talk about it because when people walk out of their house every day and come back safe and sound, they have no idea what others are going through. Now, apparently, a woman in Ikeja, Lagos State, died while she was alighting from a bus. Apparently, she was coming down, she missed her foot and fell down with her head, and she died. I can't wrap my head around it. There was no accident. She didn't have like heart failure, like she slumped. She just missed her step, fell down, hit her head on the ground, and she died.
That's so sad.
It is really
it's so
sad.
sad
And people were actually apportioning blames to the drivers, to these downfall drivers. They don't really slow down before letting the passengers out. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, yes, in Lagos they don't slow down. You run and you hop
it's
it
not
off.
like-
Do you know what's crazy? When I was reading the story, I was envisioning Benin when they park for you.
Oh,
You take your
Lagos,
time.
somebody's waiting for
shimmy
you.
down.
Nobody waits for you in Lagos.
It's
You
even
run.
making more sense now.
Yes, but what she
my
said.
goodness.
it is really tragic.
Anyways, we're moving on to our number 6 story, and Juliet Onovaya has us covered on our number 6 story. Something bizarre with a woman and her 3-month-old baby.
Oh, but okay, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but our number 6 story is really tragic as well as a Georgian woman. She's been charged for murder as a 3-month-old baby fell down and died when she was engaging in a fight.
The thing that is just mad about this whole thing is that I saw Nikki, I showed you the video, right?
We can't even show the video right now because you'll be
it's too
pissed.
gruesome for me to even show. She was wielding the baby. I don't know why you were outside with your 3-month-old baby. First of all, it don't make sense. She was wielding the baby and then she was arguing with the other woman. The other woman actually attacked her first from what I saw in the video.
Yes.
And then the baby fell and they were trampling on the baby.
Yes.
It was an outsider that ran because he was like,
of the child.
what? And the child died, and the mother has been charged for murder, and I 100% support it because it makes 0 sense. How do you fight, Sweet Rich? No, what are you fighting about?
Blacks, we like to fight a lot.
And you know, it reminded me of that story we covered a while back where a woman was fighting and they shot her unborn baby in her womb.
No.
Yes, it's very similar to that story.
Don't
And
fight.
she's actually not the only one that was really charged. Her friend, Clark, who was not really engaged in the fight. She was charged for lying to the court that the child actually sustained that injury when the family relation fell the child on the floor, and when the truth came out, obviously she was charged too. So.
Thank God for a functioning country with security cameras everywhere. We need more CCTV in Nigeria, like how we caught Elisha Abu assaulting a woman.
We'll see more things if we have CCTV in Nigeria.
We didn't see anything that happened with that. We have to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be giving you our top 5 stories for the weekend rundown this week. Stick around.
Nothing but everything. It's the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV.
Welcome to the one-on-one with Kelvin Dube.
That's why they close. They quickly take their uniform off because they are vulnerable.
There is no way, from the layman's point of view.
Thank you very much to come and do their wire fell down and their what the R V in mafia manager called Yaka from the Titikapi became a worse godfather than every other.
To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.
Alright, we are back. This is still the weekend rundown on TSL Nigeria TV. I know you're waiting to hear the top 5 stories, but before then, let me take you through the bottom 5. And for our bonus story, talking about A$AP Rocky getting 2 years imprisonment in Sweden. And for our number 10, Forever 21 has been receiving lots of backlash for shaming publicly plus-size people. And also, Desmond Elliot coming out to speak on the ban of Hollywood movies in Nigeria. That one will not work, sha. And also we have the president of Sudan, putting a stop to the rendition of the national anthem if he's not present, because he needs to be the omnipresent all over Sudan. And also we have the next story, a man charged for murder, a woman charged for murder for abandoning a child, bringing, we have 3-month-old baby out. And for our number 5 story, this one is really hilarious one. Now in Nigeria, we just have a way of, adding comic to our everyday lives. And Joyce has us covered on how Joyce talk about this.
I want to open with this. If you're a married man or a married woman in Nigeria and you've been cheating on your wife or your husband, it's not really adultery, it's probably just fornication.
Wow.
Because according to the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Interior, only 314 churches in Nigeria are currently registered to do weddings. So if you did your wedding anywhere outside just 314 churches in the entire country, most likely your wedding is illegal.
Only in Lagos, they
are living in illegality.
Only in Lagos, so I can imagine
you are living an illegal life. But according to her, they've made a call for churches to come and register, and over 4,000 churches have come to say they want to renew their license to wed people. But right now, it's still just 314. So if you know you are going out tonight, this is your chance. You are not cheating. At least it's not adultery. It's just a sprinkling of fornication, and I'm sure your wife or your husband is going to understand. And moving into our number 4 story. This story is sad. It is tremendously sad. Like I said before, you just go out and you come in and you don't even know what is going on in the world. Now, earlier this week in Edo State, Benin City, at the Edo High Court, a man above 60 years of age lost his life, a father of 5. Now, apparently they had come for a community dispute, and then the case was postponed. While their lawyer was still in the courtroom, court 10, waiting for the information for the next day they were supposed to come, the man walked away claiming that he was going to pee, opened the door and fell to his death. Now, according to the people at the court, they claimed that the door that he opened was a place for their former elevator, and they were currently fixing it. This administration was currently fixing the elevator, and there was supposed to be a tape around it that said that nobody should come through there, but they couldn't confirm or deny if the tape was there at that time. And the man's body was only recovered because some workers saw blood dripping.
Wow.
It's just I cannot imagine.
I can't even wrap my head around it, being that you're going to solve a case and then your life just goes.
A father of 5 children. He doesn't even live in Benin.
Wow.
It just gets more and more crazy. And like the way he was discovered, his family was waiting for him upstairs. They didn't find him. They went downstairs. Then they saw people gathering in a crowd saying that a construction worker fell. And then they went there and then they found out that it was their father.
Oh God.
I can just imagine the trauma.
Now this is a case that you can't really apportion blames because
I can apportion blame. I will apportion blame to both the construction company, to the High Court itself, the people in the building, the people that made the door accessible, the people that did not put the tape, Nigerian government. I can go on and on and on. I can definitely apportion blame. I will, I shall, and I have. Anyways. Okay. Moving into our number 3 story is also a really cold and sad story in Nigeria. And Juliet really relates to this one, so it's just right that she takes over.
Okay, a call member serving in Abuja with Channels TV. He was apparently shot during the Shiite protest alongside other victims though. And this story is like, it's really tragic because then the Shiite members, they lost 11 members, and then the deputy police
commissioner of police, yes, he also died.
And then the call member, which is really, I don't know, I kind of relate to that story so much because you're a stranger in that land and then you just apparently die while doing something that your country asked you to do.
By force.
It is by force.
It's so sad.
Really
and that's why I just feel that a lot of the things that call members are not supposed to do, they are just doing it unnecessarily. We just, the board in charge of NYSC should put priority on the lives of those people, because a lot of them leave their homes, they leave their comfort zones just to go serve the country. And imagine now the mother and the father will be receiving his dead body.
And do you know what is worse? It's even possible that they heard on the news. Do you know how horrible that could be, that you find out that you lost a loved one on the news, that you didn't even get to get called first. It's just...
No, I was really shaken when I heard that story.
It was a situation that could have been prevented, if we're being factual here. Because this is not the first time that the Shiites are protesting in Abuja, and this is not the first time that it is getting violent. So they cannot say that they did not know that there was a precedent for that place to get violent and sending a core member there. It's unbelievable. I can't even wrap my fingers or my head around it. Now, moving to our number 2 story for this week, Neki, of course, has us covered. Would you like to buy some skulls? If yes, contact his company.
SKULL.
It's funny, and at the same time it's not funny, because sometime in Arizona in 2014, the FBI discovered a human organ shop. Now this is what they do: they go to mortuaries and they get corpse bodies, dismantle them, and they sell to people. According to FBI, they discovered 1,755 different body parts, and now their court trial has been made for October 31st, 2019. Now they discovered that people actually purchase, this, but because they don't want to go into the depths, so they're saying that every mortuary or every outlet that has a body business part, something as such, they should get a state license before they operate.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
what?
a state license. I don't
Yes.
To
understand.
operate, that's what?
They should have. That's what. they
That's
said.
what?
So that could actually be made illegal.
As a business.
Yeah.
Owner should never
What are you selling?
Body parts.
Like organs?
Organs,
Like
but they are
hair.
dead people
Okay.
organs, dead people, like you died now. They'll just contract and they
Now
get
what
it.
baffles me is the fact, like, who buys body parts?
I thought it's only in Africa. No, my thought was, I felt that this happens in
It's not
Africa.
even just
You know.
live body parts, dead body parts.
I'm going to move on. because I can't take it anymore. My mind is running mad and I don't want to. And finally, we've come to our number one story for this week, which I think is the most heart-wrenching of them all. So a few days ago, apparently last week Friday, a young man by the name of Chinedu was arrested allegedly by the Nigerian police, and the reason stated in the reports that we saw was that he was arrested for having tattoos. Now, he was taken to the station and he started to protest his arrest and ran out and went a little berserk, breaking windshields of the cars that were parked inside the police station compound. And then allegedly the policemen opened fire on this young man and shot him. Now, while he was on the floor bleeding, still very alive, the policemen there and some passerbys and witnesses allegedly brought out their phones and recorded that young man till he bled to death in broad daylight. His offense was tattoos. That is the level of numbness we've gotten to in humanity, where people that have families and children will watch a young man bleeding to death
And
because
they
he
are
broke somebody's
doing
videos. And they made it. And it gets worse. Apparently, according to the family members, when they went to the police station to request for the body of the boy, they were told that they wouldn't be given the body until they paid for damages.
Okay.
What's the way?
I don't know how
What's
to
the way
react.
forward?
I'm perplexed, I'm confused.
And in
The
video,
value of the
policeman-
Nigerian life is too small. It's like it has no value, or you can just wake up and kill a person and move on. There are so many crazy stories. There was one about a white man gunning down a Nigerian in a filling station somewhere in Abuja because they had an altercation. It goes on and on and on. There was one from a few weeks ago that a SARS official allegedly came to a compound and killed the cleaner in the compound because they didn't find any G-boys there. It goes on and on and on. At some point, we have to say something about the lack of value of human life in Nigeria. And I think this is where we have to.
That video is that the man, when he was still bleeding, he was actually saying, "Please call my dad." And the police officer was like, "God punish your dad."
Yeah, they were mocking him while they watched him
I
die.
can't even talk about it.
So, and this is clearly because they know that nothing is going to happen to them, that they're going to get away with it. We have to wrap up the show right now. I want to know your thoughts on all of the stories we shared for you today. So please go down to our comment section, TRT Nigeria TV. We're live, and let us know how you feel about each and every story that we've shared today. We hope to end on a lighter note, but we just cannot. So many horrible things are happening in the country right now, and we need to stand up. My name is Joyce Jukes.
I'm Juliet Navari.
And I'm Neki Mario.
This has been the Weekend Rundown on TSL Nigeria TV. We're going to be back again on Monday for the breakfast show on TSL Nigeria TV. I would love for you to join us. Have yourself a lovely weekend, and of course, think about these things we've told you today. Goodbye.